All right, so this is a big deal, guys, what I'm about to lay out for you right now. Judge Cannon, who was a Trump-appointed judge who is overseeing his classified documents case, she could potentially be removed from the case altogether after the latest stunt that she just pulled. So let me walk you through this. This is from David Edwards. He lays out, U.S. District Court Judge Aileen Cannon. Did they say Eileen or Aileen? I don't know. It's spelled Aileen, but I'm guessing they say Eileen. Anyway, could be removed from a classified documents case against Donald Trump, according to a report. On Monday, Cannon shocked experts by proposing jury instructions that would suggest that a president had sole authority to declare documents a personal record, essentially dismissing the case against Trump. Daily Beast columnist Ray Brescia wrote Tuesday that Cannon is on track to lose jurisdiction in the case. Quote, over the last 6 months, a slow-moving car crash of a case has been unfolding, with a judge who seems committed to protecting the former president at every turn of the road. At worst, she is doing all she can to protect the former president from facing the classified documents case before the election, if at all. Legal experts have suggested special counsel Jack Smith may be forced to appeal to a higher court. Quote, should Smith ask an appellate court to review Judge Cannon's rulings, not only is he likely to get those decisions reversed, her actions to delay and attempt to block the effort to bring the former president to justice may end up getting her removed from the case altogether. Brescia said the court could order a new judge to take up the case. Quote, if Judge Aileen Cannon, doesn't even say her name there, and I said Aileen, I can't help myself. If Judge Cannon keeps going down this road, Smith can seek an immediate appeal of any of those orders that seem to improperly hamstring his prosecution and ask the appellate court. The column continued. In this instance, that would be the 11th Circuit Court of Appeals, the same court that previously overturned Cannon in her fool's errand related to the search of Mar-a-Lago. Smith can ask the court to not just overturn those orders, but also reassign the case to a different judge. Judge Cannon's willingness to show favor for the former president may ultimately backfire and get her kicked off the case. Remember, she was appointed by Trump, so she thinks she probably owes him, and this is her way of doing that. And the case could end up being assigned to a new judge who may not be as willing to bend over backward in support of dubious claims and defenses that support Trump's ultimate goal of delaying the case until at least past the 2024 election, if at all. So, by the way, what sparked this article? Well, Judge Cannon made a decision that legal experts across the political spectrum looked at and were like, what? What are you doing? So basically what she ruled is, if you want this case to proceed, you're going to have to show a jury the classified documents that Trump was basically stealing and storing and refusing to give up. The jury is going to need to see that classified information. And if you don't show them that classified information, then effectively the case is going to be dismissed because I'm ordering you have to show them. Well, they don't have clearance. Legally, they're not allowed to do that. They're not allowed to look at those documents. There's highly sensitive secrets in those documents. And so basically what this is looked at is she's trying to come up with a shortcut to just dismiss this thing outright and have some, brittle legal justification to back up what she's doing. But as they point out, it's not like Jack Smith doesn't have other options. And look, if I'm him, I'm invoking those options. The fact of the matter is this: she shouldn't be on the case in the first place. It is the height of bias that you were appointed by this guy, and now we expect you to be objective. Look, to be fair, there have been Trump-appointed judges that ruled against him. It happened when he was trying to say the election was stolen. There's a bunch of pro-Trump judges, bunch of Bush-appointed judges, Republicans. They were like, this is wrong. We're dismissing this. So it's possible they could do the right thing. But she hasn't shown the ability to be objective. This looks like, I'm going to pay him back because he looked out for me. And so look, if he decides to pull the trigger on that and go up the chain of command, I think it'll work. I think they'll grant it to him because some of these decisions that she's coming down with are preposterous. So if she were to get kicked off this, that'd be a huge deal. And by the way, let me say this. On the legal merits of all the various cases against Trump, 91 criminal charges, I actually think the classified documents case is the most open and shut that there is. It's the most black and white. It's the most obvious to point out with the amount of evidence that we have, with all of the details and the specifics, that, oh, he was obviously doing something completely illegal. He refused to comply when he was supposed to give up the documents. He stonewalled for a year or a year and a half. They were shuffling the documents around Mar-a-Lago in a bathroom at one time. They were trying to take down the security camera that had the footage to delete the footage so you couldn't see that they were tampering with it after the FBI had already said you got to give this stuff back. So this is all a big deal. And this is an open and shut case. And if she's trying to dismiss out of hand this open and shut case, yeah, I think judges up the chain of command are going to be like, sorry, we're going to kick you off this case. So we'll see what happens. But, man, she got herself into some hot water. She's not being very artful with her bias. It's very blunt and brazen, and that may backfire. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop, and watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.